And then they were 3, but there will be a +1 later on from Charlotte van Tilburg, a Dutch wee blogger, and she is fierce and has lots and lots and lots of attitude. Yesterday, Louise Forster was on this bed, and we were talking about the winners of the pre-party in Madrid. Tonight, this morning, we're going to talk about the losers. Now, as you discover your family's DNA through MyHeritage, were there any losers in the pack?
Well, there were some. But don't forget to get your DNA tests, My DNA tests, on the Eurovision bus, or you can order them on myheritage.com.
God, these boys are plugging their hats. Now, we're going to talk about the losers of the party. Are you ready for this? Let's do this! Ed, you're going to kick us off. Who's your first loser last night?
Okay, my first loser of the Madrid pre-party is Lithuania. I mean, it wasn't high in my rankings earlier, just because it is a bit generic, nothing new, it just kind of blends in. But I was hoping that last night, that something would happen. I'd see the fire, I'd just get it would click. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen. It just kind of, it was the same as watching it on TV. It just kind of blended it into the background. And I feel, that I now feel that they are going to struggle to qualify.
It's a tough one, because this is not a song that I particularly enjoy. Meeting Jurius. I think that's how you say it, not jury juice, honey, because you know what? The jury needs to put some coins in that tank. I really like his voice. I really, really like his voice. But then, importantly, you need a good song. I just don't feel that song actually cuts it.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with you. I think the song is called Run with the Lions.
I'm never even sure if it's Running with Lions or...
Running with the Lions, but I think it's more kitties and not lions. Because the song doesn't reach the level we need for a Eurovision final. At the same time, I think Jurius is very charismatic. He has a very nice voice. But at the end of the day, this is not the Eurovision voice contest. This is the Eurovision song contest. And I don't think the song has that star quality to sail through to the final. And I think last night, for me at least, it was the end of all the hopes I had for this. Unless Lithuania brings a massive staging to Tel Aviv, which can happen, because last year Lithuania was amazing with Yeva. The staging was staggering, but unless they bring something completely different, I'm afraid this will struggle.
Well, we got a lioness right here. My first loser of last night, Montenegro. I mean, I know, Ed, Keith, they're one of your favorites. I think my issue was, this is a song which I feel that should have been designed for 2 people. It was actually fleshed out to 6 people, and then only 3 of them show up. And they show up without knowing the lyrics of the other people they're supposed to be covering. There were a few stumblers last night, and I just thought, oh, really? Like, don't you rehearse? And again, this is a song that, it has that refrain. And Ed, I know I'm massively annoying you right now, but I'm in heaven for, I need more than that. If you're going to take me to heaven, I don't want to walk it. I want to fly into heaven. And I think that's why. You're going to disagree. So we're going to start with Bernardo on this.
If Jurius is running with kiddies, I think Montenegro is not in heaven. They are falling from heaven. Because last night, seriously, I was recording the performances. Unfortunately, we weren't able to upload them to our YouTube page because of technical issues. But it was that performance that I just clicked on play and I just stayed there looking at them for 3 minutes. And then when it stopped, I clicked the button again and I was like, next.
Oh, wow.
I think...
Oh, wait a second. Now that I said this, I need to say, their harmonies are killer. Their harmonies is, the best thing of the song. I don't like the song, but I do like the harmonies they're doing.
Okay.
Well, there we go. If their harmonies are killer, then and there's only 3 of them, what are they missing?
Girl,
I
this is
think-
not the Eurovision Voice Contest. It's the song contest.
No, and they've got a banging song, I'll tell you that. I think they are bringing something completely different to the table, and I think it's a shame they're not in semi 2, because I think semi-final 2 has kind of 9 set qualifiers or 8 set qualifiers, and then there's 2 spaces that are up for grabs for anyone. And there's only about 5 upbeat songs in semi 2, and I think if they were in semi 2, they got their camera angles right, you know, they really made the most of the 90s vibes. I honestly believe they could sneak through and they could make the final, but I do think sadly in semi-final 1 with so many upbeat songs they are going to struggle, but
And they're in number 2 spot as well in the running order.
they are in number 2 spot. But I'm a fan. Ya está.
Oh, wow. Who's your first loser?
Montenegro.
Oh.
Demo, and we don't have anything more to add. I think their voices are lovely. I don't think it went particularly on the right direction as they intended yesterday, because they were 3 only here in Madrid, because the other 3, I guess, they're going to Moscow, are flying to Moscow. And the setting for yesterday was completely different from the one we're going to get in Tel Aviv. And I could be pleasantly surprised, to be fair. But as it stands now, I have nothing more to add.
I was the cameraman during the interview with Demo, which is available on the Free Blogs YouTube channel, and Ed Keith was interviewing them. And I must admit, meeting them in person was so. I love that fun fact you did, where each present member covered an absent member, and I thought it was really good fun. And they're young, they're youthful, they've got a lot of energy, and you really bond with them so well. But again, I just think that the song is a relic. It doesn't sound like anything that I've heard post Hearsay. And yeah, we're in 2019, babe. Yeah, Earth calling Ed Keith. We're in 2019. Right. Who is your second loser at the pre-party?
My second loser, it pains me to say, but it's actually Belgium. I think vocally he was completely on point. I think he's got an absolutely beautiful voice, and he sounded fantastic. But I've had worry since I first heard it that there's a great verse, but then just a very flat chorus. And it was really proved last night where he was singing the verses and everyone was clapping, like the crowd was really going. And then the chorus comes and it's just, I can't fight. It just loses all the energy that they've built up. And I think they might just miss the final just like last year. I think it just is a very weak chorus for me. And, as great as a good verse is, great production, you need that killer chorus. That's the moment that you put on the recap. That's the moment where you need to get everyone's votes. And that was kind of confirmed for me last night.
I disagree completely. I'm sorry. This song is really difficult. It starts with a click, vocal like bang on. And that's very difficult to do when your in-ears are not even functioning. And this guy's only 18 years old, and he was kind of building that pace. This song is about climate change. All those sweaty bodies in the club may not get that, but I think that with the right LED and the right visuals, I think this may translate.
Yes.
The youthful, he's so telegenic. He just looks like somebody you want to give a hug. And coming with a message about climate change, boo.
It comes at the right time.
I have a lot of faith in this entry. I get what you mean yesterday, actually, and the whole run-up and stuff. The applause wasn't as receptive as I would have expected. But don't forget, Eurovision is also about running order, and producers will put this, in the spot where it would truly, truly shine.
Well, first of all, I don't think Wake Up is a song to be sung in arenas, stadiums. It's a song made for television. And at the end of the day, Eurovision is a television show and an entertainment show. I think it's superbly well crafted, the song. In terms of production, it's perfect. The voice is very similar to the studio cut as well.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was like,
I thought so as well, actually. It sounded, I was like, wow, okay, you're actually live. I know you were live, but it was very similar to the studio cut.
And yeah, it just as, there are songs when you listen to them, you say, okay, I may not like this, but there's quality here. There's substance here. And I think that's going to happen with Belgium. I think the juries will respect this more than they respected A Matter of Time last year, especially because of the message that he's bringing. And because of his youth as well. He will connect more with the audience. I don't think this will do particularly well in the final at Eurovision, but I'm fairly confident it will sail through.
So, curious, do you guys not think there's any issue with the tempo change when it gets actually slower in the chorus?
Well, for me, there's no problem because that's the type of song that I usually listen to outside of Eurovision. It's kind of the genre I listen to. So it's just another day at the office for me, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you raise valid points, but I don't know. I think I just think that there were many more losers than Belgium. And to one of them, I'm going to drop now. It's a toss between Denmark and Germany, but, you know, Germany, I really don't like the song at all. I mean, like not at all. And Denmark, it's so saccharine.
What's that?
Like, it's just, like, so sweet and
Sugary.
almost sickly sweet. Oh, my God. I need to choose one.
I mean, the damage is done.
Yes.
I need to choose one. I'm going to say Poland.
What?
You know what? Yesterday, there were critical sound issues with the Polish act. Critical.
That's not their problem, is it?
You know what? But everybody had sound issues. It's about how you weather that storm. And I can't throw Germany under the bus because they got their harmonies right. Denmark is a song that I don't particularly like. But you know what? She sounded okay. Poland, I love the song. But what I was hearing, I wasn't feeling. And whilst I love the song as much, it's about how you performed well on the night. You see, this is the thing about music experts. I'm not saying we are, but how are we even judging that? You know what I mean? Like, what do you judge? Do I then do another video of a song I like and give it props, or do I judge the actual performance and what I'm hearing on the night? Poland, you need to step it up. You need to practice with in-ear monitors and just figure this out. I love them. They have a banging song. I think they're really destined for the final. They're very unique. Mm-hmm. They're a great collective. Something didn't work last night. Something did not work. Were you not there?
I actually wasn't, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Well, I was there. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary.
There were critical sound issues.
But you were closer to the stage than I was.
Always, babe. Who's your second loser?
Denmark. Hands down, Leonora, I think it's her name. So sweet, just like it's the kind of person that has a gentle soul, and she gets you comfortable. She's super.
This is the loser video. Right?
I know, girl, but I need to set it up. I need to set it up.
Play.
I need to set it up.
Because she's lovely, she has a good voice, but the song for me is just diabetes, an overdose of sugar, too much sugary for me, too much sweetness for me. And you can know this because last year I liked Spain, and that was sugary in itself, but this is a step up. This is 2 or 3 levels up from Spain's sugar last year, and I just don't feel it. Yeah.
I've got a sweet tooth and I love it, to be honest. I mean, I think
we're on a different
planet completely.
I think, you know, at Eurovision, people very rarely send just a upbeat, carefree song because people want to make that impact. People want to be fierce. They want to, you know, break boundaries. And I think it's really refreshing to just have someone just, you know, the lyrics may be, you know, love is forever, you know, it might be very, very lovey-dovey, blah, 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 cliche. But, you know, Denmark can do cliche love song, bass him, absolute banger. I think...
But you can move to that. You can dance to that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm not...
Love is
this is, you know, people are going to be linking arms, swaying, as we're doing now, having a great time, having shots of tequila. I think, you know, you need, this is something different that the Eurovision needs. It can't all just be so high impact, so serious.
So why did you critique Belgium for not being high impact enough before?
Listen, we're going to have a cat fight here. But before we do that, Leiden van der Staten General.
Come here.
Charlotte Valerie, welcome.
Hi.
You've been doing social media as we've been talking, so tell us what you think about our opinions. We've dropped in the pack Lithuania, we've dropped Denmark, we've dropped Poland, we've dropped Belgium. Yeah, I think that's it.
I
Yeah.
actually like Belgium this
Yes,
time.
girl.
I thought he was stronger. His voice was stronger than in Amsterdam. I do agree with Denmark. I can't remember even. It doesn't stand out. I can't remember the whole performance. And Tulia, I just don't like it. It's harsh. It's like woman screaming at me the whole time. I just don't like it. And I keep listening to it and it's the same thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Running with Lions, Lithuania. We dropped that.
Yes, we did.
What do you think?
It was okay. I don't really remember it as well. But it doesn't stand out either.
Well, that is what we think. What do you think? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment section on Wee Blogs, and we're on multiple social media platforms. You'll see many of us in Israel, so follow us too. We'll see you later. Bye.